Here we are at Learn Python 3 the Hard Way, exercise 17, more files. As you can tell, my method is to basically give you pieces of each thing you can do with the topic in a series of exercises. So now we're just continuing that trend, and you're learning to do reading and writing at the same time using multiple files within the same script. So once you have that code typed in and run it, you can see me run it here. Let's just pop this up real quick. Let me see. If I do, first I should make sure that I know how it's supposed to run. So let me see. From sys import exists. Yep, one file. We're going to copy from one file to the other. So what I want to do is, let's see, we got two files. Let me get rid of that file, and let's do Python ex17.py test.txt, and the file should have 3 lines, okay? And I'm going to do it to copy.txt. Let's do that. Okay, now we're going to go, the output file does not exist. That's true. The file is 87 bytes long, and you can see we've done that because we've opened the file and we've got the data, so we can do things about it like get the length. So make sure you understand how I did that. Hit enter, all done. Now let's cat test.txt and cat copy.txt. Pretty straightforward. So the big thing is we're working with 2 files at the same time. And remember, the whole thing to be getting wrapped around your head is if you can do one thing, then you can probably do it with another thing in Python. So I can make variables, right? I can store a file or the handle of a file in this variable. And I can use that in other places. Well, I can make multiple variables. So that means I can have one Python script that opens multiple files. So that's what we've done to create this copy file. Notice that we are opening the to file with W, but we're opening the other file with read only. We don't have the W option. And finally, we close both of them. But again, remember from the last exercise, you don't have to close in these scripts because they're so simple. You just get in the habit of closing because later on you're going to have to remember to do that every time. Okay, other than that, there's nothing really complicated about this. Again, you can try as many different ways as you can figure out to break this. That would be a good thing with this one. But mostly it's the same kind of breaking and same kind of copies and whatnot. Now, one thing to also keep in mind, I wanted to show you this really quick. If you want to debug, let's say you're confused about what you're receiving from, say, a function or something else, okay? So it's a pretty simple problem that runs into. When you try to print this in file, this is something that comes up a lot of times. And we're going to do just like that. Okay, pretty simple. Remember, repr gives you the representation, like the raw Python version of that thing. So let's go see what happens when we do this. I'll just scroll up and do that again. So what we get is, we get this kind of strange output, okay? And you'll notice that we've got the text IO wrapper, okay? That text IO wrapper is... at this stage, I'm just going to tell you it's a thing, but it's called an object or a class, and it comes from internal Python code. And we know the name, we know the R, and for some reason it's saying my encoding is CP1252, which I'm not sure why it's saying that, but that's very interesting. So when you get debug output like this, don't think of it as garbage. It's actually telling you useful things. It's saying, well, this one is a text IO wrapper, here's the name of it and whatnot. A mistake beginners make is they see this brace ending in the brace and they think, oh, that's garbage, and they skip it. It's not garbage. It's actually useful information. Where does this pop up? When you get exceptions, like when you get errors sometimes the errors have garbage like this, quote unquote garbage. It's not actually garbage. So pay attention. Sometimes the things inside these little braces or strange outputs are actually useful information that you're skipping. Okay, that's the end of exercise 17. It's pretty much the same old thing from 16 and 15, so just keep doing it, keep playing with it.